What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel, Elevate Your Energy. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader, as well as your eclectic spiritual consult and Reiki practitioner, eclectic practitioner, Reiki master. So, feels so good to be back. Let's just start there. It feels really, really great to be back. And I want to first off, before I even dive into today's reading, I wanted to give a special thank you to all of you who are still here. I'm working on establishing some new things, getting some new things going, but I also want to, more importantly, start actually building a community where we actually talk, we actually engage, we actually communicate, things like that, where I can, better support you all on your journey, wherever you're at, from where you are. With the wisdom and knowledge that I have from the level of perspective that I carry as well. I found that my one of my stronger gifts, I should say, is allowing myself to see things from such a perspective, as well as many different angles, right? Not only a higher perspective, but multi-dimensional perspective. And it's been very, very helpful. So not only to myself, but many others around me, other clients, things like that. So I want to also incorporate more of that into this space as well. So feel free to follow me here as well as on TikTok. I do have services and things that current offerings that I have that are located on my Gumroad page, as well as Beacons. I'm on both of those. And I'm also on Lemon8, so you can find me there as well. I no longer use Instagram. My account is still up and active, but I don't post there at all. I don't use it. I'm rarely on Facebook, so the best places to reach me, find my services or readings, would be on here, TikTok, and Lemon8, for now at least, until further notice. So as that continues to progress and, pivot wherever that may lead, I will let you know and keep you informed, okay? So, we're going to start off with the Signs and Synchronicities Oracle deck, my deck. We're going to start there, and just basically get a... because we're in May, guys. I was going to say in April, but we're past April. We're in May, right? We're officially in spring. We're officially in the new year. New energies are coming in. New energies are surging, emerging, both. So, today I believe is the 8-day. Yesterday was a 7-day. So today's an 8-day. That means when you add up literally all the digits of the day, including the year, all of them, not just 25, but 9, today's the 3rd, so 12, 17, today's the 8th day, like I said. So the day of Leo, right? 8 is the strength card in traditional tarot. So some of you may be really guided to pull on your own inner strength today. Some of you may be coming into situations that are requiring you to be a bit more strong, to maybe show you how strong you really are. Okay, that's not anything I'm like hoping or projecting, to happen. But sometimes it is required, okay, for us to really realize who the fuck we are and what we came here to do, okay? So let's get into this. So Spirit for the collective, I've already did the opening prayer, 333 on the timer. Some of you may be seeing 333, maybe seeing other signs, synchronicities, things like that. So we are going to get into this message and just get some more insight from the Most High Creator, what you guys could be looking out for, what's coming up for you at this time. Signs you may be seeing, what they might mean, okay? Basically the most prominent and important messages that you need right now that you can use at this time, okay? So, Spirit for the collective, come through. What is the message that the collective needs right now? What is the sign they need that can really support them on their journey at this time? What is the sign for the collective? Very accurate messages only and nothing less. So, interesting. So we have Dreamcatcher that came out for some of you. So some of you, your dreams may be important at this time, with pillow at the bottom, okay? So like I said, heavy on the dream space, the dream state. Some of you, this could definitely be your dream state when you're sleeping, when you're resting, recharging is very active at this time. But for others of you, this could definitely be indicative of your dreams talking to you, having messages for you, holding messages for you, being very active in your dream space, meaning that could also be a very good state, or I should say I'm hearing platform. That's interesting. So a good platform to receive messages, to receive, to like, I'm hearing platform with when it comes to like your dreams. I mean, like not your dreams that the dreams you have for your life, like your manifestations, the things you want, those type of dreams. Like your dream space is the perfect platform to manifest those dreams. Thank you, Spirit. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Dreamcatcher says, your dreams are speaking, right? Pay attention. Ancestor communication. Native and indigenous bloodline. Protection practice for sleep. Some of you may be also guided. If you're feeling that your sleep state, if you're being attacked in any kind of way during your sleep state, your sleep's dream space at all, if you don't have any type of protection practice for that time period, I highly recommend adopting one. Okay. Let's see. Invest in authentic dream catcher. So for those of you that have been looking into dream catchers, it's suggested to get one from an actual shaman, an actual Native American, okay, that makes them. Let's see, energy transmutation and learn your lineage. Interesting. So some of you may be guided to do some like ancestry.com, things like that, to get more insight as to where you came from, your history, your personal history, not his story, right? But your own personal bloodline, to get more insight as to, you know, when you're more clear about where you came from, it helps gain even more clarity as to where you're going. And for some of you, that is why this is important. It feels like for some of you, it's happening now because you're ready. The time is now because you're ready. So some of you may be also getting ancestors that are coming through during your dream space that are giving you messages, that are giving you downloads, because it feels like for some of you, your third eye may be not completely open, or maybe just not fully receptive to receiving the messages during your waking state, like, you know, while you're up like this. So they may feel, it feels like they feel better communicating with you while you're asleep, because you don't have, it's like you don't have all of the outside distractions preventing you from receiving the message fully, like in its entirety, right? Your brain isn't literally fully awake to challenge the message. You see what I'm saying? To make you question it or make you doubt it, things like that. So for some of you, your dream space is going to be very important. So if you know that your dreams are active, for those of you that are aware that your dreams are a very active, active space for you, set intentions before you go to sleep on what you want, you know, the downloads that you need to receive to actually receive them, right? It's like you have to ask. If it's not coming through on its own, ask, request. That only, you know, messages and downloads from my highest and greatest good may come through. Nothing else, right? Nothing of any lower frequency or vibrations, things like that, okay? And that's very important when you go to sleep, because you're not cognizant of the things that are trying to come into your auric field and your energy. So that's why it's very important to make sure you shield yourself before you go to sleep, before you rest, right? So that way, whatever does come in, it's only going to be for your benefit. Okay. So what I found was interesting that I did want to share though, is, for those of you that watched the very beginning, you would notice that it was fast because, you know, it was a time lapse, but it was quick. But I had like set the deck. I forgot what I did exactly, but it flipped this card over, just top of this deck, self-esteem deck. So I do want to share this card with you guys, and just see, you know, for those of you that it resonates, that can take, you know, what you need from the message. Speaking of which, as my readings as always are, geez, why the whole thing just evade me right now. My readings are timeless unless otherwise specified, as well as general in nature, meaning they're not going to resonate with all of you, nor are they meant to. Okay, so please take what you can, take what you feel like you can apply to your experience, and leave the rest for those it's meant for. It's really that simple. All right, so we have card 40 that came out. Okay, some of you may be turning the big 4-0. All right, that may be a date of significance, a number of significance. You may be seeing fours. Okay, so some people will violate your emotional boundaries with the intent to get a reaction or exert control. Avoid engaging in reaction-seeking behavior. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Some of you, when I looked up at the timer, it was on 9/20. That's my birthday, so, or my solar return, if I was still celebrating them, but I'm not. So some of you, 9/20 may be a number of significance. You may be seeing that number. I'm taking that as a message for me as well, just to, you know, put in my back pocket. So like I said, take what you can, take what you feel like applies. But yeah, so for some of you, it feels like some of you are getting, also getting warnings, maybe from your ancestors. If you feel like your ancestors are talking to you or coming to you in your dreams, they could be telling you You know, kind of like I'm hearing snitching. They're telling on someone. They're telling on someone for you, like to you, right? So, and that's why I said it's important to set your intentions. So that way, if there is someone that needs to be revealed to you, you ask for that and they'll reveal it to you in your dream space. You know what I'm saying? That's why setting intention is so important. So let's keep going. Let's see. Let's edify this energy spirit for the collective. What is this dream catcher message about? Let's see. For the collective, what is this dream catcher energy about? Let's edify this for the collective. Get some more details and then we'll jump into some tarot. So let's see. For the collective, very accurate messages only, nothing less. Okay, 3 popped out. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them. Never ending story here is at the bottom. So for some of you, this could be something that feels like it's just ongoing. It's never ending. And that could be prominent for you as well. Okay, so we have chaos and conflict, card 33. All right, we did see 3 threes earlier. So 33 could be another number of significance. And then we have to be fair, card 38 that came out. And then we also have blessed, card 22. So a lot of repeating numbers. 22, 33. Okay, so those may be numbers that, like I said, some of you are seeing. If you are, highly recommend paying attention to them, especially like the 2 2s. That could be definitely indicative of like partnerships, things like that, balance. So some of you maybe, it feels like some of you collective, there's something coming up here where it may create a bit of conflict. There may be an argument that's surfacing. But it's important to make sure that however you respond, that you're doing it from a place of fairness, a place of balance, a place of doing what's best for all involved. Okay, not people pleasing, not doing, not keeping quiet or, to keep from rocking the boat, type of energy. This is a time to really honor yourself, because that's the only way, whatever this story that it seems like it seems like it's ongoing, that's the only way to end. For some of you, this is indicative of a major cycle that is trying to break right now. Okay. Some of you have more going like for you, like in your favor than you realize. And this is, I feel like, why your ancestors are highlighting this right now, to, pay attention on who this person is. If this, that part of that message applies to you, who this is that you're needing to make sure you set boundaries with, make sure that you're doing things fair, because when you do things from a fair place, that balance restores karmic balance, right? When you don't match people's energy in a negative sense, meaning if someone, says something to you, cusses you out, or says something, that was purposely and intentionally done, right, to get you to react, and you don't match them with that same energy, and instead you kill them with kindness. I don't mean an ass kiss or like, oh, you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? But I mean like put them in their place, but in a way where it's like you can't even be mad at it, because they didn't say anything insulting, anything demeaning, anything that was like a low blow, but it was done in such a way where it's like, ooh, you ate them up. You know what I'm saying? In the best way. That is what this energy is feeling like, because in doing so is what's going to also put you in alignment for the things that you didn't even have to. It's like it was effortless. And that was why, though, because it was like the energy needed to be cleared first to allow something new in. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's get some tarot to figure out what this is for you guys. So we have 10 of Pentacles at the top and the 10 of Cups at the bottom. What? I know y'all saw me shuffle on camera. So 10-10, okay, on the top and bottom. That's interesting. So some of you, like I said, this is conflicts that are coming up right now, collective, are coming up for you to clear them, are coming up for you to be able to move into, it feels like the timeline, the reality, the life that you desire. Okay. And it feels like some of these people, whoever you're having conflict with, it's like they're not coming with you. Okay. For some of you, it's coming up like the way it is at this time is to show you what it's like if you don't evolve, but also to show you how much on your path you really are. And the more you try to make things work, force things to work, force your hand, maybe I'm hearing in someone's experience, force your hand when it comes to trying to get people to do what you want them to do, or respond, like act how you want them to act, whatever, it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to work how you think it will. Okay. So let's see. This could definitely have to do with family. Look, Ace of Pentacles, okay? Let's see. Spirit for the collective. Clear, accurate messages. Let's give us some more details about this reading for the collective, please. Queen of Cups. For some of you, it could be a mother figure, okay? Or someone that you know, care a lot about. Someone that could be like a wife. It could be a girlfriend. It could be a best friend, sister, mother, okay? Feminine energy here, though. That could be who this person is that you're coming into conflict with. Others of you, this is about doing, you know, ultimately honoring what you need. Okay, some of you, that's what's coming through here, is whatever chaos and conflict comes up whenever we come into these type of situations is typically giving us an opportunity to decide, to make a different choice, to make a different decision, to decide that I don't like how this is going. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like nothing changes until something changes. You see what I'm saying? Nothing changes if nothing changes. Meaning that if you don't start responding to your conflicts, your challenges, or the way people talk to you, how they treat you, if you don't start responding differently, you're not going to see a different result. That's literally the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing but expecting something different from it. You see what I'm saying? If it hasn't shown you that it could change, then it won't, right? Even if it's a small change, even if it's a small adjustment, that will still create change, okay? And sometimes that's the best place to start, small, right? So if that's what you're being guided to do, that's what you need to do then. Take the first step, even if it's small, okay? So let's see, what else, Spirit, for the collective? Okay, let's get overall outcome message, please. Okay, I didn't even get to shuffle, but okay. Anything else? Outcome. Potential outcome. And remember, these readings are not the end all be all, okay? They're giving you, and they're just a guide to show you in a physical form the energy available. If it's not an energy that you resonate with, it's not one that you want to, that feels like, oh, I want to claim that, then don't. It's really that simple. That's how much power you have. And that's what I'm here to do, is to re-empower you, okay, through my readings. That you don't have to stay in anything you don't want. You don't have to claim anything that an energy or a frequency that is not of a divine alignment for you, okay, that is not ultimately for your highest and greatest good. You don't have to do that to yourself, period. Okay, so we do have the Five of Swords at the top of the deck, as well as the Devil, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, this conflict is ultimately showing you where you're binding yourself, where you're trapping yourself, or where something or someone is trying to keep you stuck. They're trying to keep you here. You see what I'm saying? Like it could be a Libra. I'm getting a Libra energy, and we with the to be fair, justice, that's Libra. But also the Devil. The Devil is Capricorn energy. Okay. So for some of you, chaos and conflict, that's also what the Five of Swords represents. So this is double energy here. So some of you, like I said, are definitely experiencing some, you know, issues right now, or you will be. Okay. But it's ultimately, what are you doing about it? Right? Are you taking it on? Are you making it personal? Are you absorbing it? Or are you deciding to see it for what it is and realize that it's not me? Like, that's not a me issue. That's a them issue. You see what I'm saying? Observe, allow yourself to see what's happening without absorbing it, without making it your own, without taking it in as yours. Okay. You don't need to identify with it just because it's happening to you, just because you're seeing it and feeling it so up close and personal. You still don't have to take that in as yours. Okay. So following the Queen of Cups, we do have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about a choice. This is about a decision that some of you are needing to make in a situation. Okay, some of you, this could definitely be something coming up with, if it has to do with a relationship, it's cheating. Some of you, this is something that's coming up, whether it's a repeated behavior, meaning, you know, someone may be doing something again just to get you to react, to get you to respond, to get you to act out of character. Okay. Be mindful of that. Okay. This is the energy of keeping calm. Even if you know, like, that's the thing, when things happen, this is about how do you respond. You always have a choice, right? You always have a choice on how you respond, but you're being asked to respond from a balanced place. Okay. From a well thought out place, from a place of, you know what, I'm doing what's best for me. I'm gonna stay calm. I'm staying, you know, true to myself. I'm not gonna overreact in a situation, because that's exactly what the fuck they want me to do. You see what I'm saying? So we don't need to do that to ourselves, right? So following that is a strength. Come through, Spirit. Divine confirmation. We talked about this at the beginning of the reading. So like, excuse me. Wow. Okay. Noted. So like I said, Thank you, Spirit. Either someone don't want this message to come out, okay? Or there's something that you're needing to speak on, something that you're needing to say that's only going to keep hurting you if you hold it in. Do you see how if I don't, if I didn't cough, if I didn't try to get it out, I would have hurt myself by letting myself choke. You see what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you're needing to express, that you're needing to say, please don't keep something held inside in order to keep from rocking the boat. And I'm taking my own fucking advice right now. Thank you, Spirit. I feel the emotions washing over me right now. So I'm trying to, and this is a perfect real life, real time example of observing, allowing myself and yourself as well to observe the energy available without internalizing it, without absorbing it, because it's not necessary. I'm not trying to absorb it, but I feel it. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I prevent myself from actually taking it in, is because what do you do when you cry, right? When you cry, you're purging. That's tears coming out. That's energy being released. You see what I'm saying? So don't try to keep yourself from crying or releasing or purging in whatever way your body feels the need to express it, because that's only going to benefit you, right? So like I said, some of you maybe finding out, like I said, someone's cheating, someone's doing something they ain't supposed to do. And, it's going to really require you to maybe not overreact, to not maybe, do the most, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's really requiring you to pull on your own inner strength, because what it feels like is on the other side of you seeing something or someone for what it is and accepting that, as in, I see what happened and I can now decide to do something else. I can now see this, I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. It's not for me. And now I can make a different choice. You see what I'm saying? There's always a choice. So regardless of what the choice is about, whether it's whatever is coming up, whatever's being discovered, or just simply choosing to hold yourself back, to hold back in the best way. Some of you, that is what this is about. Some of you are really being asked to meditate, to ground into your own feminine energy, to nurture yourself at this time, because for some of you, there may be some type of chaos or conflict that's either playing out right now or that is on the horizon that you're unaware of. And you're really being asked to really do, focus on nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, and really asking the tough questions, right? Is this going to benefit me? If I respond in this way, how is that really ultimately going to affect me? You see what I'm saying? Is it really worth responding in that way? Even if in the moment my ego would be really happy, right? But is that really going to get me to where I'm trying to go? Is that really going to give me the blessings that I know I deserve, that I know I'm aligning to with minimal effort? Is that going to give me that? You see what I'm saying? And if it's not, if you can't say that this is going to help me get there, it's not worth it. So overall outcome, potential outcome is the Knight of Swords. So this is someone, like I said, it feels like some of you, your ancestors, it feels like, so the total story I'm getting here, storyline is your ancestors are snitching on someone. Okay. I got that at the beginning of the reading. So some of you, your ancestors are snitching on someone, and it's going to create a conflict, but you're being asked to stay balanced, because that ultimately is only going to benefit you, especially if you didn't do anything wrong, right? Especially if you didn't provoke whatever the situation is that some of you may be stumbling onto, or that some of you may have had dreams about. Okay. That's the thing. When people fuck with spiritual people, they don't realize that things our ancestors will communicate with us. Our guides and spirit team will communicate with us. Our dream state will reveal things to us. Okay. So for some of you, that's exactly what's happening here. And it may definitely, a fight may come about, things like that. You're being asked to really keep an even temperature with this, okay? Because it's only going to benefit you at the end, all right? And with the Knight of Swords, this is the energy of someone chasing after you, in a sense. Like, maybe, like I said, for those of you where it applies, this is giving me energy of you catch someone cheating, or it's even if you don't catch them physically, you caught them in your dreams, meaning that it was revealed to you, whatever was hidden was revealed to you, and you're deciding to now pull your energy back. Now this person is coming after you because they realize, like, oh shit, they know what I did. They know what happened. You see what I'm saying? And now I want to run towards them. You see, and that's going to be up to you what you do with that, right? But for some of you, this is revealing to you to help you dodge a bullet. Some of you, by you staying, nurturing yourself, staying in this state of I'm just going to take care of myself. I'm just going to worry about myself. I'm just ready to receive my blessings and the good things that are coming to me. Thank you for showing me what I need to see about that person or the situation, because now I know what to do going forward. I can now respond accordingly, right? You dodged the ultimate bullet by allowing yourself to be like, oh, you wanted to choose up on me. Great. Now I can choose myself, right? And in that, that's where your strength lies, is by choosing yourself. We don't need other people like partners. We choose them. We want them. We don't need them though, right? So this is the energy of, pulling on your own inner strength, holding back, not, letting your emotions get the best of you, not letting the situation get the best of you. And for some of you, this is also indicative of going towards your dreams, letting whatever the situation is propel you forward. Let it make you chase your dreams forward. Let it put you in that energy of, I already knew, because the source energy is about knowledge. It's about clarity. Okay, so for some of you, this is about, now that I know what I know what the fuck to do, and I don't need to question it anymore. Especially for some of you who've like been maybe staying, somewhere out of this energy of like, well, we've been together for so long, or, well, but what if they change, or I don't know, I don't have proof yet, I can't tell, blah, 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 blah. This is indicative of trusting yourself. Okay, you know what you know, and this for some of you is divine confirmation. And so this is about, what do you do with that going forward? What are you gonna take? How are you going to apply this energy going forward? How are you going to let it carry you into your future? Okay. And that is what's going to end the cycle. That is what's going to break the cycle. But you have to do it the right way. You can't skip steps, because in doing it the right way, meaning by the book, doing it the right way, that's where your growth lies, in the wisdom. And you won't forget. That's why, oh my God, thank you, Spirit. That is why situations like this that feel so tumultuous, so chaotic, so fucked up for some of you, it's teaching you a lesson that you will never fucking forget. For some of you, that is exactly why it's happening the way it is, because in a pain that you experience that is so painful, it's like it forces you to go back and reflect on how I even got here, to make sure I never, ever feel that way again. I'm just saying. And that's why it's required to do things by the book, because that's where your growth lies. That's where you actually grow from your experiences, is by you actually letting it teach you what it was designed to teach you, to where you will never forget it. You see what I'm saying? When you get bit in a certain way, whether it's physically or bit, like by betrayal, like by things that people do, right? Depending on how painful that is, you make sure I'll never experience that shit again. I will ensure I never have to go through that again. Right. So for some of you, that's ultimately what's happening here. That's what's going to break the cycle, because underneath that is happiness. Okay. All the happiness. It's like you had to do that to unlock it, to unlock all this happiness, right? That was your key. You had to grow into that though. So this is not the time to give up, collective. Okay. This is the time to keep pushing forward, but your dreams are talking to you. They're speaking to you. Your ancestors are talking to you. If you need, book a reading, whether it's with me or another reader you trust, or if you have your own cards, please do divination on it. Ask the question. Even if you don't want to hear the answer, your intuition is never going to lie to you. It's only going to tell you exactly what the fuck it is, as well as what it's not. The problem lies is where we don't want to hear that. Our ego doesn't want to hear that shit. Okay. We think, oh, well, it's because my intuition means it's going to tell me, it's going to always be on my side and tell me, fluff it all out so I'm happy. No, that is not what the intuition does. Intuition tells you exactly what the fuck you need to hear, whether you like it or not, whether the ego likes it or not, right? It's honest with you. That is true love, because you only grow from that. Okay. So, let's get one more. I'm going to wrap with one of these. So Spirit, what is some advice? What is some advice for the collective? I really don't feel this reading needs clarification. That's why I'm not clarifying it. I just don't feel the need to extend it out that way, because it feels like this message is very clear as the reading unfolded. That's what it feels like. The situation is just, it'll unfold exactly as it needs to, and you'll know exactly what to do about it. Okay. But the point is to put yourself first. Do what's best for you first. Okay. That is exactly why this card came out first. Okay. Connect with your intuition, connect with your feminine energy, allow yourself to receive the downloads, allow yourself to, because that's the feminine energy, is receptive energy, allowing yourself to receive the guidance on what to do, the answer to your question, because in receiving the answer, then we'll give you the step on what to do about it. You see what I'm saying? So allow the unfolding, okay? That way you can move forward with confidence. Advice for the collective, please. And for those of you that would like, if you have any suggestions that you would like to make about readings that you would like to see, I don't do love readings typically, just because I feel like, for one, there's a fuck ton of readers that already do enough love, you know, related messages and things like that. I do them when it comes up for me, if I'm guided to, or when it comes up in a message like it did today. Otherwise, I just don't solely focus on those, just because self-love is what's going to ultimately bring you the love outside of yourself that a lot of people seek, right? So I focus more on the internal, because that's what's going to last anyway. The relationship you have with yourself is going to be the one that you have the longest. So might as well make it the strongest, right? That's what I operate from. So we had 2 cards that came out. So pivot and protect. Okay. So this is, again, like I said, thank you, Spirit. Another confirmation, even if it's a small adjustment, that is what this pivot energy is about. Okay. This is about something being revealed to you, knowing what you know now, and allowing yourself to just make small pivots, small adjustments as necessary. Okay. So pivot says, sometimes when things aren't falling into place after trying and trying, it's time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way would be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? Wow. I love this. Thank you, Spirit. I love it when this happens like this. So let's see. Protect. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. Did we not just talk about that at the beginning of this reading? About protecting your energy, especially before you go to sleep. I mean, we should be doing that in general, period. But especially when you sleep. Why? Because you're not able, your brain isn't awake enough, cognizant at that time to shield from receiving and absorbing things that don't belong to you. That's why it's so important to shield before you go to sleep, so you don't have to worry about that. You can sleep and recharge and rest or travel in the ethers in peace, right? So, wow. So yeah, like I said, so for those of you where this, the rest of the message applies, allow yourself to see a situation for what it is. See a person for who they are, okay? That's where we see red flags and we like to paint them green. It doesn't benefit anybody, especially yourself, right? So this is about allowing yourself to see, for those of you who've been trying for so long, you've been trying to make it work, trying to have the conversation, trying to give it time, all that. How much time we're going to give it, okay? Pivot. So you're being asked to just start, just shift your energy a little bit, especially for those of you who are married, where it's like, it's not just that easy to just be like, I'm out, right? It's make small changes, make the small adjustments where you can, and either you'll see a change that you want to see, or it'll just help you get to where you got to go a little bit faster. Okay. And shield your energy in the meantime, in between time, as you do that. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I really trust this reading located those who need it the most. And if you did enjoy it, you know what to do. I love y'all so much. And until next time.